Okay, guys, I'm back again. So, in this part, we will talk about the track. I'll try to make it very brief. So, let's start talking. I hope you can see the Google Earth rendering from here. This is Nathegally. Our track can start either from Nathegally or Thandiani. We can discuss that. Some people recommend starting from Thandiani, and they think that it's easier to climb down and up from Thandiani than to climb up to Rajani straight away. But since I'm planning to take an easier route, so that won't be a problem. But coming back to Thandiani, to Nathegally can have its own pros and cons. Reaching to Nathegally is going to be a question. Either you can come to Hyderabad, leave your cars here at my place or somewhere, and take a local vehicle to take us all the way to this place near Governor's house. Yes, here near this road there is a hut. This is from where the track starts, and this is the track. Here's the mountain. It's actually not very long, but takes some time. Very scenic route, very well built, with some level grounds coming in the way, and some ponds, thick pristine forest. But this part is the best part here. So once you reach here, instead of following the typical track above, on top of the hill and then behind, what you do is you take the turn left and go along the ridge, along the slope, and reach Namli Mera. Not Namli Mera, but the very edge of Namli. There are a few huts here, and then from here, turn, go behind the mountain, reach this gully. Other possible route is just to climb straight up the hill and then down. Some of you might be interested, they are fit enough as well, and might not be interested in exploring that part. I'm ready for exploring an unexplored abandoned track that's kind of amazing. I like to go where nobody else has gone. So we can always split up, and we'd like to reach to the campsite as early as possible, so that we can concentrate on other activities. So from here, the track is mostly level, and it goes along the mountainside and maintains its altitude. It's about 9,000 feet here at the bottom, and at the top it's 9,400. So I've always taken this side route, but this time I'd like to climb up to the top. There is a kind of a level playing ground here. Many people have shared photos of this place, so I'd like to take a look at it. Besides, it would give me a very good view, a 360-degree view, some new better photographs. So we can again split up, let the mules take the longer route, and we can go and explore this flat area. Similarly, you carry on until you reach this level play area again, right before reaching Dagri Bungalow. Again, I'm interested in going and exploring it. Then right next, if you follow the ridge up to the top, there must be a track that can go right here down to the Dagri Bungalow. This is where Dagri Bungalow is. So 3 to 4 hours, maximum 5 or 6 hours. So that means we should, the earlier the better. The earlier we leave is better. If we leave after namaz, and we have a bigger group, so we'll have to coordinate everything, and try to leave as early as possible, say 6 o'clock. If we start from Ahmedabad, if we start from Nathegally, even then. So um, we'll have to, hiking, you have to do it. You have to start early so that you have all the daylight. It is possible that one team leaves first and then another team follows, because we need to get a team to the campsite and to establish the camp and prepare everything for the rest to come. We can have breakfast on the way, or we can leave home after breakfast. But remember, we have to make sure that we don't get late. So I think we have a breakfast on the way, something like that, or breakfast in the piggery, so that we are all moving. We should start moving first. Second thing, on the track, you guys have to be carrying your own backpacks. You start slow, walk slowly, don't get tired, don't get sweat, don't break sweat too much, because if you break sweat, yes, you look great, you're very agile, you can run on the mountains, but then later you will not feel better. You will become incapacitated by the end of the day. So conserve your energy and save yourself from the pains or other injuries. So take it easy, enjoy your walk. It's mostly level. There is not much of a climb as such. But since it's above 8,000 to 9,000 feet, goes all the way up to 9,500. So oxygen is going to be a bit low. So you have to be acclimatized. You can get altitude sickness. Some people do get altitude sickness at this altitude. It's not that high, so it's not going to be so serious. But if it gets serious, you have to come down immediately. We'll have to evacuate people, and I'm thought of what to do if things go west. But anyway, in your personal backpack, sorry, we're just talking about stuff. So, in your personal backpack, you should have 2 bottles of water at least. We will carry a backup in case somebody loses or needs more. You should have a light jacket, because if clouds appear, if it starts raining, even in the daytime, it's going to get very cold. Otherwise, you should have full sleeves shirts so that you don't get sunburned, you don't get insect bites, or you don't get these bushes and thorny bushes there. They do not get stung by the plants. There is quite a strong stinging ivy there. So if you leave the route, the main route, then there's a good chance of that. But it can happen in anywhere. So it's better to have full sleeve shirts, and it's better to have a rimmed hat that covers your neck and your head, or if you have a shimmer or some towel that you can put on your neck and cover your sides. Sunglasses are good. You should have chapsticks, because when you spend a day outdoors, you will get chapped. Be a little bit of hand lotion. Your personal soap, toothbrush, obviously you need that. You should have a knife. Knife can have many purposes. We'll have bigger knives for other things like chopping wood or stuff, but I suggest that you should make that a part of your kit. Thread and needle, if you have, it's good. If you have any personal medicine, that's good. We'll create a campaign first aid kit, but it's better that you carry your own instant things like lozenges, or if you feel car sick, you should take nausea pills before leaving. We will keep diarrhea and vomiting medicine just in case. We'll keep water purifying medicine so that if we have to drink water, open water, then we can purify it. Snacks. You should carry snacks. Dry fruits, some chocolates, candy, biscuits, some fruits. An orange can really refresh you, and vitamin C is quite good. Um, Toilet paper, tissue paper, wipes, extra shirt, maybe. So in your backpack, there should be an extra jacket for the night. We'll be carrying your sleeping bags, your mats, your tents, and your proper meals. So you don't have to carry that. Sandwiches or something in your pocket, it's fine. Um, Whistle, if you can buy a good whistle in case you get lost, because it's very easy to get lost in the woods. Sometimes people get lost when they're just a few hundred meters away from their camp and never get found. So don't get lost. That's an emergency thing. Power banks. We have mobile service on most of the track, and on the higher ridge areas, we have good coverage. Not that good at the bungalow itself, except for some points. But there is. So do bring that. Cameras, whatever cameras you have, you can make video, take photographs. Do bring your equipment and excess batteries so that it lasts for 48 hours to spend out there. We'll have lunch somewhere here. It will be an instant lunch, maybe tea. You can prepare that on the route, and the rest will be packed. Sandwiches, parathas, whatever you like. And but for the dinner, we can have a good camp dinner. Let me share with you what I was thinking about the food. Oh yes, here. So we will, most of you, those who have their own tents, one or two can pitch in, bring their tent and have their own sleeping setup. If you don't have, let us know. We'll prepare a place for you to sleep. There are options. You can sleep on the mat, on the ground. We can prepare that. There is level ground there. You can put some grass and leaves to make it more comfortable. So put a sheet, mattress, and then sleeping bag. That's enough. That's comfortable enough to sleep. But we can also provide luxuries. We can get, for example, yes, we can get folding chairs that double up as mats. You must have seen this kind of chairs. I'm in touch with Hazari, who's selling these. You see, there are many Pakistani companies selling these. So since we have transport, then we can carry. Depends on your own desire for comfort. Most of us are fine sleeping on the ground, but you know what? It really makes you tired and takes away the pleasure of traveling. So a little bit of comfort is fine. Folding chairs are good because sitting around a campfire on a chair is much more comfortable than on the ground, and getting up and off again and again is not easy. But we can even have 3 or 4 of these cots and we can use them as chairs while we are cooking and sitting around the campfire. And then we can. But if you have any of your folding chairs and stuff at home, do let us know. Pull in. That will save some cost for us. So we have this option. So we need a kitchen tent. A tent not just for kitchen, but also for our porters and maybe I myself will be sleeping in this place. We can put our luggage in it. Our camp tent. There are so many designs possible. This is more like the British era typical tents. We have these Pakistani tents. They are quite heavy. We we can have this kind of structure. And then there are other lighter options. Coleman's options are the best, something like this. If weather is fair, everybody can sleep in such a tent. Or you can have meals. And open air is not always that good. As per my estimates today, 12 to 14 people is the number, plus porters. The number would go up. That means we'll have to buy food and arrange for make similar arrangements for the things like sleep. We have an option for portable tents, toilet tents. We can arrange this if you like. I like, and I think we should have one or two of these, because we will not discuss it, but this is really important part of the whole experience. This would mean you don't have to go too far. You do not need too much security. There are certain issues. There are leopards at night, especially. Going far from the tent is not recommended. So this is another option. It's also easily available in Pakistan. Not that expensive. So we can have folding chairs in it. We can even have a portable toilet, or we can just dig the typical ditch. So that's possible. But before we get to this part, let's talk about the food. Today I found some very nice music. Okay, what about camp cooking? This is the best part. Once you are hungry, that's when everything tastes great. So we'll have live barbecue. We can have Western menu as well as Eastern menu. Remember that a good healthy food is a balanced food, especially on camping. You need a bit more protein and fats, but you also need all the minerals to keep you going, and especially to prevent cramps. So if you have ORS, if you have Gatorade, we can arrange Gatorade for everyone. Multivitamins, that's good. But the best thing is, should portion our food into three parts: proteins, fresh greens, fruits, fibers, etc. And number three, carbs. So rice or bread, proper meat, chicken, beef, whatever you like. We can decide that. Sausages, or we can cook typical dishes. I'm looking for kerosene pots. We can also carry coal, because now we have the option. We can carry our equipment as we like. We'll need something for tea as well as for the meal. If we are cooking for 15-20 people, that means a lot. And to carry all this stuff in a fresh condition, we'll need ice boxes. There are portable folding ice containers, so we can get everything fresh. I have some at home. I have two, so that would be enough for at least the frozen meats. But also vegetables should be kept in such a container so that they are fresh. And we'll need a lot of milk for tea, pots and pans, cups. Everyone should have one tin cup at least of your own in your bag, because sometimes you have to drink from a spring or somewhere, so you can always use your tin cup. A spoon, a fork, a knife, and a tin cup. These four items, I believe you should have on your own. If you don't, I can get them prepared for. Wow, it's a good idea. Let's make a souvenir for the event. I'll get these tin mug cups made, and we'll put some nice graphic on it, the date and the participant's name and the whole thing as a reminder, and something you can keep on every trip. You can keep on building and testing your gear. So this is a good chance. Uh, so I believe that's all. I'm after estimating how many people are going to be there, so 20 to 15 people. I'm now going to sit down with some expert and estimate how much equipment food we're going to require and how heavy it will get. We'll need to know how much a porter or a horse costs, how much we can carry. So we'll balance these things. Um, I'm keeping you updated because this is a part of the whole experience. This is a more important part. I could just tell you, okay, show up on that day, and then I'll take you to the top. That's how we mostly do, but then that will take the whole fun out. Your participation is a bit low. Probably you're trusting too much, and I'm caring too much. Um, I should leave some questions open and maybe scare you a bit so that you start asking. So far, that is the story. Questions and comments? I must be missing something. Do you need umbrellas? Do you need raincoats? Depend on weather. Walking sticks. You only need 2 walking sticks means you have 4 legs. Means really it improves your capacity. Yes, power banks, lighting. We'll need some lamps and lanterns for the nighttime lighting. Any of you who can do night photography, most welcome. Bring your gear. We'll carry it for you because that's a nice place to do some nighttime photography. Yes. We'll try not to burn too much wood. Use our own fuel. We'll be extremely environment friendly, and will not leave a single wrapper behind. We'll take everything back. Everything that we take up, we'll bring it back to the city. What else? So there will be water rationing. Per head, we'll get probably 5 to 10 liters. Depends. I'll do that calculation. But we'll have rationed water. Drinking water is to be rationed, but of course, one last point. How do we get out of there? So there are many ways out. You can come back always. Sometimes when we ride on our own cars, we just go there, spend the night, and come back. We park our cars at Natyagali. So that's one option. But I like to go beyond and explore rest of the track. I have done that in pieces, but I've never done it whole until from Thandiani to Natyagali. So I'd like to do that. There are options. You can alternatives. For example, you can just get off this mountain at Putli or Falkot, and there is a road from there, the Barangali road. You can take that road and come back to Hyderabad. It takes a few hours of grueling downhill climb. Otherwise, you can follow the main inspection route, which goes again hugging the ridge and goes through a lot of pristine forest. Actually, this is the least touched part of forest in this whole region. Very pristine, full of plants and other wildlife. So we might get to see some locals. I expect that because I love to buy veggies and fruits and wild things that they are always collecting and try that. So it can be risky. So I'll try on my own anyway. So there is a track that will lead us to Barangali, and then from Barangali take a turn around and it can go to Thandiani. This is Thandiani. So another 4 or 5 hours. We can choose to go to Barangali only and take jeeps from Barangali and come back So there are multiple options to come back depending on who likes what. Um, we'll arrange whatever suits anyone. Uh, that's the way out. So if you're willing, we can continue. I've plotted this whole track all the way to Kavan. We can continue going at least till Sattu Bangla, another night there. So you want to modify? I can modify it. 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 7 days. Why not? Uh, the longer the better. But anyway, for the first time, this is the best. Let's keep it simple. And signing off now. Take care. Bye.